مرحى يا شهر الإيمان، مرحى يا شهر الإيمان. هل هلالك يا رمضان، مرحى يا شهر الإيمان، مرحى يا شهر الإيمان، مرحى يا شهر الإيمان.
Oh my! Ah! MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. Subhanallah. Oh, assalamu alaikum and welcome my explorer friends. I'm Ibn Haytham and this is my marvelous telescope. It's special because it goes back in time and can visit any place you can think of. I sit here night after night, admiring Allah's wonderful creation. Oh, I can hear some bells. Come, let's take a look and see. Subhanallah! It's the amazing cows going for their evening milking. I don't know about you, but I certainly love milk. I have a glass of milk with my breakfast every morning, and what's more, it's very good for you too. Look at these cows. Aren't they huge? But how do we get the milk from the cow's tummy into our bellies? Cows have a very special tummy. Milk cows have a very large stomach with 4 separate spaces. That's why cows are great at making milk. Grass and hay can be eaten by the dairy cow to make 2 highly nutritious products, milk and meat. It only takes a cow about 2 days to turn her food into milk, you see. This family of dairy cows eat from the tasty grass. After chewing cud or yummy grass, a cow will swallow again and the cud goes into the 3rd and 4th stomach area. Here the food goes around and around in their tummies and the good parts of the food goes into their blood, which will then help to make the milk. Oh look, here is a man milking a cow with his hands. I bet it took a long time to make the milk come out. But nowadays, they have a much faster way to milk cows, and it involves using a machine. Look at these cows. They have their big bottoms facing the dairy farmer who's going to put a special machine on their udders. The udders look like sausages, and that's where all the milk comes out from. These special machines pump the udders just like a hand would do, but they make the job faster, much faster. Farmers milk their cows twice a day by machine. Oftentimes, the farmer rises early in the morning to do the first milking. The cow's udders look like sausages, don't they? Dairy farmers feed and care for their cows. It is important to keep the cows healthy and happy so they may live long and productive lives. Wow, look at this huge truck. You know how the fridge in your home keeps all your food nice and cold? Well, this truck does the same with the milk. They're on their way to the processing plant. That's where they test the milk to make sure it's healthy for people to drink. From the milk processing plant, milk and other dairy products are moved to grocery stores where you can then buy them. These dairy products look tasty. I love cheese and yogurts. I like the way they package the milk. It looks so neat and tidy. But remember, keep your dairy foods cold in your refrigerator at home. Now that you know where dairy products come from, you can enjoy them even more. Remember to eat at least 3 servings of dairy foods every day. Hey, what's that mushy white stuff? It looks like fluffy candy floss. Oh, I see now. It's the stuff to make the cheese. I'd like to get my hands tucked into that soft white stuff. I bet it's nice to play with too. And then finally it becomes hard and round. And now it can be sold in the shops so that people like you and me can buy some. Do you like spreading cheese on your toast in the morning? I certainly do. And then I might put some jam on it too, make it taste even better. Subhanallah, cows are truly cool. And without them, we wouldn't have any milk because people can't make it. But thankfully, cows can. Allah created the gorgeous world and everything in it. It's been said that it's impossible to see the whole world in our lifetime. But it doesn't mean we shouldn't try. I'm going to search for more and more of Allah's wonderful creations in this universe. So until next time, my explorer friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum dear children, and welcome to your fruit news, all about fantastic fruits from around the world. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a fruit that is well known for all its goodness, beautiful shape and colour. People have been eating this fruit for hundreds of years and it's called the plum. In today's fruit news, we'll take a look at where plums come from and why they're so good for us. Now that we know what's coming up in today's fruit news, we can meet our guest, the plum, and he will tell us a few things about himself. Assalamu alaikum, Peter Plum.
Walaikum assalam, Basim Banana.
Peter, we'd love to learn more about you. Please do tell us about yourself.
I would love to tell you more about myself.
First of all, where do you come from?
Well, plums were first grown in Egypt, but because my seeds have been planted all over the world, we can be found everywhere.
Ah, Egypt. What a magical land. This is very interesting. But we would love to know more about why you're so good for us.
There are many reasons why plums are good for you. I am full of vitamins A, B and C, proteins, fibers and carbohydrates.
That is great to know.
Which gives you the energy you need to run around and have lots of fun.
But what other health benefits do you have?
Well, because I am full of fiber, I can help you digest your food.
Peter, you're truly an amazing fruit. Thank you for sharing all this valuable information with us.
Aw, that's okay. It was great to be here. And thank you to all the lovely children watching at home.
Well, that's about it for today. Thank you for joining us. See you next time, inshallah. Ma salama.
One day in the streets of Baghdad,
Salam, kind sir.
What do you want?
I couldn't help noticing your delicious bread. They smell so good. Allah, your business shall prosper greatly.
No, I don't do charity.
Oh, okay then.
You're going. You still have to pay me for enjoying the sweet aroma of my bread.
Did he eat your food?
He didn't, but he definitely made the most of its sweet smell.
He's right, oh beggar. Pay him, or I'll hit you. Here, I have a few coins, you can take them. Here you go. That jiggling sound was your payment.
What?
After all, the person who sells smells should get the tinkling of coins as payment.
Rasulullah said, "Whoever is charitable towards a poor person and is fair towards people in spite of himself, then he is the true believer."
Assalamu alaikum everybody, it's Aya, and today on SubhanAllah we are going to look at spiders. Spiders belong to a group of animals called arachnids. Scorpions, mites and ticks are also part of the arachnid family. Arachnids are creatures with 2 body segments, 8 legs, no wings or antennas, and are not able to chew. Many people think that spiders are insects, but they are mistaken since insects have 6 legs and 3 main body parts. Most insects also have wings. Arachnids belong to an even larger group of animals called arthropods, which also include insects and crustaceans. This is the largest group in the animal kingdom. 80% of all animals are from this group. That would be over 1 million different species. There are more than 30,000 different species of spiders. All spiders are predators, and many will eat other spiders. According to scientists, spiders have been around since a very long time ago, about 2 million years. So Allah created spiders, and they were around longer than we have been. All spiders produce silk. Silk is used for climbing, to create webs, to build smooth walls in burrows, build egg sacs and wrap their prey so that after they have been wrapped they can eat them. Most spiders have 4 or more openings, which are glands on their abdomen called spinnerets. When the spider releases the silk, it looks like one thread, but it's actually many thin threads that stick together. As soon as this liquid silk hits the air, it goes hard. Many spiders use their silk for something called drag lines. This is like a rope-like web that helps the spider climb back home if they fall or let themselves drop. Different spiders produce different types of silk. Silk can be sticky, dry, or even stretchy. It's surprising that the silk is so strong that sometimes spiders use it for travelling. Spiders can't chew or swallow, so how can they eat? Well, they can only eat liquid lunches. To do this, they inject their prey with a poison using their fangs. Yes, believe it or not, Allah created spiders with fangs. Subhanallah. The poison turns the inside of the insect into a watery goop-like substance, and the spider just sucks it up. The insect will often look normal, except the body is empty. Web-spinning spiders will wrap their prey in a web, and they can crush its body with their teeth. They then pour the digestive juices over the body and liquefy it. Subhanallah, Allah's creation is so amazing. Even the smallest little spider that Allah has created is so amazing, and there's so much that we don't know about these small little creatures. See you next time, inshallah.
Hey, hello my friends, how are you? Welcome to my science laboratory. Today I will show you a science experiment. Okay, so what was I forgot? We're using tea bags. Hey, I got tea bag here. Oh, mashallah, forest fruit is very nice. Yes, let me take it. Oh, very nice. Okay, let me just unwrap this one. Oh. Smells very nice. Yes. Okay, so let me use scissors. Actually, no, I'm very strong. I can actually do it myself. Let me separate the tea bag. And now I have to cut it. But my friends, you can use this tea another time. You know, don't make us rough. I will cut 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, let me empty out the tea. There we go. Ooh, look, it's smelling very nice. And the other side as well. So today's science experiment, I'm making, tea. I'm just kidding. No tea, that is boring. I will do something funny, crazy. Yes. Okay, so now I have emptied the tea bag. My friends, I will make the tea after this show, so I do not want to waste this tea. I prepared a clean plate, okay? So here we have a clean plate. Let me stand up the cylinder. It has to be hollow, remember? Hollow means it is like air inside, huh? Like space inside, yes. So now it is standing. Let's lit it on fire and see what happens. Okay, my friends, so to make the fire, I will get 2 stones and scratch them to make the I'm just kidding, my friends. We are using matchsticks. Yes, okay. Let's see what happens when we light it on fire. Professor Proton, here I go. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, come on, look at it on fire. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow, it goes up. Ta-da! Hello, bye-bye, go down now, bye-bye. My friends, you are probably wondering why I did this, huh? But this is about self-reflection, yes, not when you look in the mirror. No, self-reflection inside, yes. What do you think this means, huh? So when you empty yourself, this is like realizing you're nothing in front of Allah, like empty, just like the cylinder that we created from the tea bag. You take the tea out in the same way, you take all your thoughts and all your arrogance outside from you. We don't want that. We are empty. Yes? So when you are empty and then you reflect, you rise up just like the tea bag. It was empty, then we light it on fire. We are reflecting, thinking about maybe where we came from, where we are going, how to become a better person, and then we rise up. We become closer to Allah, yes! Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam has said that 1 hour of reflection is better than 1 year of worship. MashaAllah, that is so beautiful. So this is the same thing as, for example, when you pray a salah. Like, if I was to I have another tea bag. Smells very beautiful. And if I was to light this, do you think the same thing would happen? That it will fly up in the air? No, my friends, it will not fly up in the air. In fact, it will only fly up if it is hollow, like a cylinder with air inside. So if you pray your salah and you're not empty, or you're reflecting and you're not empty, then maybe you will not be elevated, but you will still get the rewards. So my friends, don't forget, before you sleep, you should think about the good things that you did during your day, and maybe the things that you can do better the next day, so that you will elevate and rise up closer to Allah. And if you enjoyed this episode, then I will see you again on Professor Proton. Bye bye.
Walaikum salam. Salam, children at home watching. Thanks again for being here with us on Pip and Friends. One of the best shows ever, isn't it, Pip?
You said Pip and Friend. I have friends.
Sorry, Pip and Friends, because Pip has more than one friend.
Not just Layla.
No.
I have Uncle, Rafiq, Mr. Raza.
You've got loads of friends, actually.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
I do.
and I'm your best friend, aren't I? I am Pip's best friend, but Pip was just...
Yeah, Pip is a lot of people's best friends.
Yeah.
It's whether or not they're his.
Well.
I'm joking.
Oh, Pip, you're so funny sometimes. But listen, children, Pip here was just telling me...
No, wait. Are you going to ask me?
I'll ask you what? Oh, Pip's
How was my holiday?
Oh, yeah, you just came back from holiday. Where did you go?
Or shall I say Holly Yay?
Holly Yay. Was that because it was like yay and really fun?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, it was really nice.
Where did you go?
I went to, have you heard of Monster Luland?
Monster Luland? No.
Yeah,
I have heard of it. It's near Fiji, but it's not as nice as Fiji.
No, it's not near Fiji, it's near Bangladesh.
Oh, it's near where I'm from.
Where?
Where I'm from, India.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Well, it is nice, but not when it's raining and there are monsoon showers.
What's a monsoon?
A monsoon is a very heavy, heavy rain which causes lots and lots of flooding. So,
you know, I've got a joke for you.
Yeah, go on. What's your joke?
The joke is, what did the weatherman say when it was going to rain?
I don't know.
When somebody asked him, when is it going to rain?
Don't know.
He said, monsoon.
Oh, monsoon. Oh, I get it.
Okay.
Soon. Yeah, because
Okay,
there's
it's not that funny.
the word soon is in monsoon. Anyway, you came back with loads of presents.
Yeah, no, before that.
What?
So I went there because it was a really nice break.
Oh.
Yeah, I did loads of things.
Did you?
Yeah, I had loads of ice cream,
Mm.
and I was screaming for ice cream.
I get you. That's very
But my mum
funny.
says sometimes I shouldn't have so much ice cream, and so I had loads of fruits, lots of exotic fruits.
Did you?
Mangoes.
Papaya.
What's papaya?
You know, the one where you split it in half and there's all these little black dots inside. It looks a bit gross. Oh, but it's really tasty.
Really?
Yeah, it's like watermelon is my favourite fruit, and I have a lot of that when I'm fasting because it's got lots of water in it, so it makes you, it makes you less thirsty.
What, watermelon? What's your favourite fruit at home?
Children, do you have a favourite fruit? Maybe you can write into us and draw a picture of what your favourite fruit looks like.
I know what my favourite fruit is.
What?
Banana.
Oh, you like banana.
Yeah, I've got a little rhyme about banana.
Go on then, let's hear it.
You ready?
Yeah, go on.
I like banana. Na 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 na. I like banana. Why are you laughing?
Because it's such a nice
Na
rhyme.
na 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 na. Do banana. Na 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 na.
Bananas are fun.
Na 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 na. See, you got the hang of it.
Yeah.
Let's do right. Watermelon.
No, I can't because I started off with bananas. Can we just keep to bananas?
Banana na na.
Bananas are fun.
Banana na na. Banana na na.
Bananas are yellow.
Na 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 na.
Bananas are healthy.
Yay, banana! That was a really nice little rhyme. Thank you for that.
So tell us about the presents that you got
What present?
from Monster Luland.
Oh, it's not from Monster Luland.
Where
It's
is it
because,
from?
I got really good grades at school.
Did
so
you?
people were sending. Oh, what?
No, your thing is going in your mouth.
It's okay. Sometimes I like my in my mouth.
Mm.
Oh yeah. And so people sent me loads of presents, and I came back to open them.
Mm.
Some of them were really nice.
Ah.
But one thing I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why did Granny Pip have to get me a colouring book?
You are an ungrateful and spoilt little brat sometimes, and you need to learn to love everything that you receive.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
If you received a mouldy banana as a present, what would you do? A mouldy banana with insects crawling in it.
Well, first of all...
No, that's not the question.
Okay, if someone gave me a mouldy banana with insects in it, I would be... But your colouring book was gorgeous. And she even got you pens to go with it. Children at home, don't you love colouring books? I still love colouring.
Don't you just hate it when you get presents which you don't want?
That's very, very ungrateful.
What do you mean that's ungrateful? It's just telling the truth. You're always telling me to tell the truth. I'm going to tell Grandma. She's coming next week. I'm going to be Granny Pip. What? Colouring book? 3 years running?
But that's what she thinks you like, and because you haven't told her any different, because you want to be polite and respect her feelings, of course she's going to give you a colouring
I said to
book.
her I wanted the Monster Throat 7090, and my mum was like, Pip, you know your grandmother doesn't earn? That's not very nice to ask.
Pip, you can't ask for things that people can't give. Children at home, if you're watching, if someone gives you a present, even if it's something really small, it's the thought behind it that counts.
Oh, what else?
Just like the thought of Rasulullah in this wonderful story that I want to share with you.
Wow.
Yes. During the time when Rasulullah lived in Arabia, there were many, many farmers who would come and visit Rasulullah and his companions, and they would present gift baskets of fruit and things that they had grown, and they would...
What's the word for things which grow?
Harvest.
Harvest.
A harvest.
Oh.
And they would present these big lovely baskets that were decorated with all types of fruit to the Prophet and his companions, and they would present them as gifts. But this year, in this particular year, there was one poor farmer who only had one...
Well, what did they do with the gifts? What did the Prophet do when he accepted the gift?
Well, he would maybe take a little bit for himself and his family and give the rest away to the poor.
Oh, he'd share them like he'd share with the people around
Exactly,
him.
like the way you share sweets from a sweet box.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't just have all the sweets yourself. Anyway, there was this poor farmer who was, very, very poor, and he only had one piece of fruit.
Like a banana or a date.
or maybe a pear or an apple, but maybe it was something as small as a date.
Apple song later.
Uh-huh. And he thought to himself, oh gosh, I don't have a big basket like all of these other farmers. I'm not as rich as them, but maybe Rasulullah would happily accept this small gift. And of course Rasulullah did, and he ate the fruit in front of the poor farmer to make him happy. But when the farmer went away, his companions, the Prophet's companions, asked the Prophet, Rasulullah, why did you eat that fruit?
Yeah, because normally he would share it, right? So because you said there was one piece of fruit, and you said normally Rasulullah would share it. So why didn't he share it with the people?
Well, this piece of fruit wasn't very tasty.
It wasn't ripe.
It wasn't ripe. Ripe means when the fruit has fully grown and all the flavours come in.
Yeah, all the flavours are packed with juiciness. Like an apple, when it goes beautifully green if it's a green apple, or if it's red it goes beautifully red, or a banana when it goes beautifully yellow.
Exactly.
Green. Bananas are yellow. Na. Okay.
Yeah, we've already had the song and it was a nice song. The companions asked Rasulullah, well, why did you eat that fruit, and why did you, and so Rasulullah ate the fruit and waited for the poor farmer to go away. Then he turned around to his companions and he said, well, look, the fruit wasn't ripe and I didn't want to hurt the feelings of the poor farmer.
Yeah, because if you gave it to them, like to the companions, he cut it and had some, maybe the companions would be like, Gah!
This is disgusting. Yeah, exactly. And so Rasulullah didn't want to hurt the feelings of the poor farmer, so he ate it so that no one else would taste the bitterness of that fruit. And it just goes to show
all that because he didn't want to hurt the feelings.
Exactly. And this is why I love the Ahlul Bayt so much, because even through these very simple stories of eating a fruit that's not particularly ripe, we can learn so much. So Pip, when your grandmother gives you a colouring book, how do you think you might, respond next time? How would you feel? Would you?
What, for me?
Oh,
that's for me. A colouring book of this standard.
Oh.
For me, Pip.
Oh.
Thank you, grandmother.
Yes, of course.
No, maybe not too much like that.
Or just hold my hand.
I'll just tell her, you know what, Grandma.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Exactly.
Pip's very grateful.
Exactly. And now Pip has all of a sudden an American accent.
Yeah.
Because he likes doing accents and being funny. But don't forget, Pip, even if you have a big collection of colouring books, you can give them away to children who don't have them.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
That's a very good idea. Sometimes... Okay, sometimes my brother and sister, they collect so many books and toys at home. What we do is we leave them outside on the garden wall in the front garden, and then people can come and take them.
Well, then you can give it to a charity shop.
You can give it to a charity shop. But Pip, I'm really glad that you've taken on some of the lessons from this story. So children at home, if somebody presents you with a gift and you're not too happy about it, make sure that you're polite about it and you say thank you, that was really nice of you. Even if it's something small, even if it's something big, if it's not something that you like, you can always give it away to somebody else. But most of all, always be grateful for whatever you are given, because gift giving is one of the best things about being Muslim and about being friends.
Oh, and about being a follower of the Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt.
Exactly.
Let's recite a salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Bananas amazing.
Bananas are fun.
Bananas are cool.
Bananas are fun.
Okay, till next time. Na 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 na.
alaikum everybody. It's me Baraka B. Why don't you come and learn with me? Do you know what the word of the day is? Let's have a look and see. Today, the word of the day is Yarhamukallah. Let's say Yarhamukallah together. Yarhamuka Allah. Yarhamukallah. MashaAllah. Way to go. Well done. When someone sneezes, you can tell them this phrase. It means, may Allah have mercy on you, or bless you. Let's use it in a sentence now. Achoo! Oh, Yarhamukallah. That was a big sneeze. Maybe you can use it in a sentence today. I'm going to take my honeycomb and make some honey at home. Make sure you use the word you've learned today, which is as sweet as honey. See you next time, inshallah. Ma salama.
Assalamu alaikum dear children and welcome to Super Sheikhs. I'm Big Sheikh Hassan.
And I'm Little Sheikh Hussein.
Right.
Adults, they have 2 guardian angels and children have 12 all around them.
A lot of angels.
To protect them.
To protect them from bad things, right?
Yep.
So you children are protected more than adults. You have 12 angels all around you, whereas we have only 2. And those 2 write everything. One writes all the good things that we do, and one writes all the bad things we do. So we have to be careful. You children are not judged upon. You will only be judged on what you do of good and bad when you reach a certain age. For girls it's 9 years old, and for boys is
13, 14,
13,
15.
14, 15 years old, right?
Yep.
In order for you children to be protected, first of all, you have to try to not hurt yourself. Yeah. Of course. But angels are there to help you. Do you know what to do for angels to come, more angels to come to the room?
To be good.
Be good, of course. And also, whenever you have a sip of water, or whatever you drink, you say,
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Before you drink and after you drink,
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen and Salamullah ala al-Husayn. Or Assalamu alayka ya Husayn. Because Imam Hussein, when he died, he was thirsty. Someone saying Assalamu alayka ya Husayn or ya Aba Abdullah al-Husayn while drinking water or after we drink water, a lot of angels want to have part of that water because it's blessed by what we said. Right? Yeah?
Yeah.
So more and more angels will come. And do you know, if you want more angels to write down your good things and bad things, do you know what to do?
A lot of good acts.
A lot of good acts, but also when it's prayer time, most of the angels change. As in, it's like shifts. In work, you have a shift, and then someone else comes and takes your shift, right? Takes over your part, right? Yeah. In the same way, in the morning, if they see you sleeping, they will write down Hussein was sleeping during prayer time, or Hassan was sleeping during prayer time. But if you are praying, a lot of them will write, no, Hussein was praying during prayer time in Fajr, for example, in the morning. Because the nighttime angels go back home, for example, and the daytime start coming. So during that time, you have a lot of changing of angels. So a lot of angels will see what you're doing. If you're doing something bad, a lot of them will write you doing something bad, right? Also, be sure that we do everything good all the time, because we always have angels around us. You have 12, we have 2. Your 12 are protecting you. Our 12 are writing down everything. We are monitored. It's like cameras on us the whole time. Right? Okay?
Yeah.
So what did we talk about so far?
We talked about you have 2 angels that are like cameras around you looking at you.
Exactly. So I'm monitored the whole time. I'm looked at the whole time. I'm written at the whole time. Right? And you have?
12.
A
which
lot
are
more.
protecting me.
They're protecting you from getting hurt. But you have to try to be safe as well, of course.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for sending this question. If you have any other questions, do send them in. Thank you for watching and مع السلامة.
Little Moon, written by Stuart and Nicola Clark. Little Moon was born a long time ago, far away in space. It was so cold where he was born that Little Moon shivered. I need to warm up, he thought, and he set off to find somewhere cozier. He looked around and saw a bright star in the distance. It was yellow and looked warm. That's where I'll go, said Little Moon, and off he set. Soon he saw 2 worlds. Both were covered in ice. I'm the little planet Pluto, said one. And I'm his moon, said the other. Little Moon watched as they twirled around each other, as if they were dancing. There was nowhere for him to fit in. So he moved on towards the yellow star. Then, Little Moon found another planet. It was big and blue. Hello, who are you? Asked Little Moon shyly. May I live here? The planet turned a cold eye on him and said, I'm Neptune, and I already have 6 moons. Why would I want any more? Shoo! Little Moon quickly moved on towards the yellow star. The next planet was lying on its side, spinning over and over instead of round and round. I'm Uranus, and I've fallen over. Can you help me up? Asked the planet. I don't think so. I'm not strong enough, said Little Moon. And you're making me feel dizzy. Well, there's no point in you staying then, Uranus said grumpily, and started to sulk. Little Moon decided to move on towards the yellow star. Still feeling a little dizzy, Little Moon suddenly saw a very large planet. It was yellow and looked as if it was wearing a skirt. That's not a skirt, said the planet. I'm Saturn, and these are my rings. Little Moon looked closer and saw that the rings were made of pebbles and stones. They were all pretty colors and shone in the sunlight. Saturn had a big family of small moons. Come and play, called the moons as they chased each other around the planet. We run around all day and all night. Little Moon joined in, but soon ran out of breath. I can't keep up, he said. That's a shame, because we never stop, said the moons, still running. So, Little Moon waved goodbye and moved on towards the yellow star. In the distance, Little Moon spied a giant planet ahead of him. As he came closer, he could see it was an exciting place. It was covered in swirling clouds and sometimes flashed with lightning. A great red spot spun round and round like a great hurricane. "I'm Jupiter, king of the planets," boomed the planet. Jupiter had so many moons that Little Moon lost count when he got to 60. He won't want any more, he thought sadly. So he turned his back on the yellow star and set off again, back into deep space. Little Moon found himself in a cloud of many colors. It was a quiet and calm place, with no one else around. Soon, Little Moon felt lonely and began searching for someone to talk to. As Little Moon searched deeper into the cloud, he saw stars bursting into life from giant pockets of swirling mist. "Wow," said Little Moon. "This must be a star nursery," he shouted "Hello" to them. But the stars could not talk. They just chuckled and squealed. Little Moon smiled and moved on. Back in deep space, Little Moon suddenly felt himself being pulled along. He went faster and faster until he was whizzing round in a big circle. It was quite fun at first, but then he became dizzy. He tried to stop himself moving, but couldn't. He started to feel frightened. "What's happening to me?" he shouted. A strange voice laughed with an evil cackle. "I'm a black hole, and you look very tasty." "What do you mean?" cried Little Moon. "I'm going to eat you," said the black hole. "I'm always hungry." Terrified, Little Moon summoned all his strength and jumped away from the black hole at the last minute before he was swallowed. He rushed away as fast as he could, relieved to have escaped. Little Moon began to cry. "What's the matter?" asked a kind voice. Little Moon looked up and saw something coming towards him, an enormous, bright tail. "I'm lost and have nowhere to live, and I was nearly eaten by a black hole," he sobbed. "Follow my tail," said the comet. "I know where to take you." Little Moon followed the comet and soon realized they were heading back towards the yellow star. "But I've been there already, and none of the planets I met liked me," said Little Moon sadly. "Then you haven't met the rocky planets. They're nearer the sun and much more friendly. I often come out here into deep space, but I always like to go back and visit them," explained the comet. Little Moon followed hopefully. They traveled together towards the sun, avoiding the larger planets. They reached a crowd of asteroids. "These are my cousins," said the comet, waving to the lump of rocks. "But they don't look like you," said a puzzled Little Moon. "I'm not just a tail," said the comet. "I have a little body made of ice and rocks too. Asteroids don't have ice or a tail, but they are rocks, and they go around the sun." Together, they dodged in and out of the asteroids and moved towards the sun. Soon, they came to a red planet. "This is Mars and her 2 tiny moons," said the comet. "I can't stop But why don't you stay for a chat? Mars and her moons did seem friendly, so Little Moon thought it was a good idea. Little Moon watched the comet race on, waving its enormous tail across space. Little Moon saw that Mars was very old. "I used to be beautiful," she said. "I had oceans, seas, and rivers. Now I'm just rocks and rubble. But I'm still happy, you see. Not every rocky planet has moons, and I have two." "Where are the planets without moons?" asked Little Moon. "Perhaps I can make my home with one of those." "Keep going towards the sun, and you'll find 3 of them, dear," said Mars. So, Little Moon smiled back at her and hurried off to find them. Little Moon whizzed off so quickly that he shot straight past the 3 planets and ended up at the sun. It was far too bright and much too hot, but he stayed long enough to watch its surface boiling. Suddenly, a giant explosion burst out from the sun, throwing a huge ball of gas towards him. Little Moon turned around and ran. "Yoo-hoo! Over here!" called the little rocky ball. Little Moon stared in amazement. It was grey and covered in craters just like him. "Are you my twin brother?" asked Little Moon. "No, I'm not a moon. I go around the sun, so I'm a planet. I'm called Mercury." It was still too hot, so Little Moon asked, "Where can I find the other 2 planets without moons?" "Just keep going away from the sun and you'll find Venus," said Mercury. Little Moon moved on. Venus was fast asleep, wrapped up in blankets of cloud. "Hello," called Little Moon. Venus did not answer. "Wake up," shouted Little Moon. Venus peeped out and yawned. "Sorry, I can't talk now. I need my beauty sleep." With that, she went straight back to sleep. "It won't be much fun living with her if she sleeps all the time," thought Little Moon. So, he moved on. "Only one more chance. Will I ever find a home?" Little Moon wondered. Then, suddenly, he saw the most beautiful planet ever. It had big blue oceans with white clouds, and there were green and brown patches of land. "Hello, my name's Earth. Are you a moon?" the planet asked. Little Moon nodded. "I've always wanted a moon for a friend," said Earth eagerly. "Why don't you stay and be my moon?" "Can I?" shouted Little Moon excitedly. "Yes. Would you like to dance to celebrate?" Earth grinned at Little Moon. So Little Moon stayed and danced with the Earth. "I am not lost anymore. I've found a lovely home," Little Moon smiled. In fact, Little Moon didn't stop smiling. And even now, if you look up at the moon, sometimes you can see his happy face smiling down at you. Go on, take a look tonight. Subhanallah, I love that story. And I love the moon. See you next time.
مرحبا
مرحى يا شهر الإيمان، مرحى يا شهر الإيمان. هل هلالك يا رمضان، مرحى يا شهر الإيمان، مرحى يا شهر الإيمان، مرحى يا شهر الإيمان.